Good day everyone, this is Jean Tonyakaw and for today's video I will be going to discuss about the alternative energy resources. So what is alternative energy resources? Alternative energy is energy that does not come from fossil fuels and thus produces little to no greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide. Greenhouse gases is a gas in the atmosphere such as carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide in greenhouse gas produces by animals during respiration and used by plants during photosynthesis. So the carbon dioxide is also the product of burning fossil fuels. This means that energy produced from alternative sources does not contribute the greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect is the phenomenon where gases allow sunlight to enter Earth's atmosphere but make it difficult for heat to escape. And that causes climate change. So now let's proceed. Let us differentiate the difference between the renewable and non-renewable energy resources. What is renewable energy? So the renewable energy is energy that comes from things that will not run out. So energy that is naturally replenished or replacing what has been used. So for example, the solar energy or energy from the sun. So it is one type of renewable energy. Since this energy comes from things that will not run out. And now let's proceed to the non-renewable resources. So what is non-renewable resources? So it is the resources from which there is a limited supply. Resources that can be used up such as oil, coal, and natural gas. For example, we should not rely heavily on non-renewable resources because these resources can run out, unlike sa renewable resources that cannot run out. So, alternative energy, however, should not be confused with renewable energy, although many renewable energy sources can also be considered alternative, like solar power. For example, is both renewable and alternative because it will always be abundant, meaning in large amount. So, and it emits no greenhouse gases. Nuclear power, however, is alternative but not renewable since it uses uranium and a finite resource. And now, let's proceed to the 6 energy sources that will be included in alternative energy resources. It includes hydroelectric energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, wind energy, nuclear energy, and biomass energy. To know more better, let us discuss one by one. The first one is the hydroelectric energy. So what is hydroelectric energy or hydropower? Hydropower harnesses the energy of water moving from higher to lower elevations. It can be generated from reservoirs and rivers. Reservoir hydropower plants rely on stored water in a reservoir, while run-of-river hydropower plants harness energy from the available flow of the river. Hydropower reservoirs often have multiple uses, which is providing drinking water, water for irrigation, flood and drought control, navigation services, as well as energy supply. Hydropower currently is the largest source of renewable energy in the electricity sector. It relies on generally stable rainfall patterns and can be negatively impacted by climate-induced droughts or changes to ecosystems which impact rainfall patterns. The next one is the solar energy. So, what is solar energy? So, solar energy is the most abundant of all energy resources. Meaning, solar energy has a large amount and can even be harnessed in cloudy weather. The rate at which solar energy is intercepted by the Earth is about 10,000 times greater than the rate of which humankind consumes energy. Although not all countries are equally endowed with solar energy, a significant contribution to the energy mix from direct solar energy is possible for every country. The cost of manufacturing solar panels has plummeted dramatically in the last decade, making them not only affordable but often the cheapest form of electricity. Solar panels have a lifespan of roughly 30 years and come in variety of shades depending on the type of material used in manufacturing. The next one is the geothermal energy. So what is geothermal energy? So geothermal energy utilizes the accessible thermal energy from the Earth's interior. So, heat is extracted from geothermal reservoirs using wells or other means. Reservoirs that are naturally sufficiently hot and permeable are called hydrothermal reservoirs, whereas reservoirs that are sufficiently hot but that are improved with hydraulic stimulation. Hydraulic stimulation are called enhanced geothermal systems. So once at the surface, fluids of various temperatures can be used to generate electricity. So the technology for electricity generation from hydrothermal reservoirs is mature and reliable and has been operating for more than 100 years. Next is the wind energy. So what is wind energy? So wind energy harnesses the kinetic energy of moving air by using large wind turbines located on land or onshore, or in sea or freshwater or offshore. So, wind energy has been used for millennia, but onshore and offshore wind energy technologies have evolved over the last few years to maximize the electricity produced with taller turbines and larger rotor diameters. So, through average wind speeds vary considerably by location, the world's technical potential for wind energy exceeds global electricity production, and ample potential exists in most regions of the world to enable significant wind energy deployment. And also, many parts of the world have strong wind speeds, but the best locations for generating wind power are sometimes remote ones. Whether offshore wind power offers tremendous potential or onshore. Next is the nuclear energy. So, what is nuclear energy? Nuclear energy or nuclear power is the use of nuclear reactions to produce electricity. So, nuclear power can be obtained from nuclear fission, nuclear decay, and nuclear fusion reactions. Presently, the vast majority of electricity from nuclear power is produced by nuclear fission or uranium and plutonium in nuclear power plants. And the last one is the biomass energy. So biomass energy is included in alternative energy resources. So what is biomass energy? So biomass energy or bioenergy is produced from a variety of organic materials called biomass, such as wood, charcoal, dung, and other manures for heat and power production, and agriculture crops for liquid biofuels. Most biomass is used in rural areas for cooking, lighting, and space heating. So generally, by poorer populations is developing countries. So, the modern biomass systems include dedicated crop or trees, residues from agriculture and forestry, and various organic waste streams. So, the energy created by burning biomass creates greenhouse gas emissions, but at all lower levels than burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, or gas. However, bioenergy should only be used in limited applications, given potential negative environmental impacts related to large-scale increases in forest and bioenergy plantations, and resulting deforestation and land use change. So, those are the 6 energy resources that can be included in alternative energy resources. That's all. Thank you and God bless.